Hi everybody. So both PhonePe and Paytm sponsored the IPL 2021 and both these startups were fighting neck to neck to win the market. But what exactly PhonePe did in the last 18 months to become the leader in the segment by doing 1.4 billion UPI transactions, while GPay did 1.1 billion and Paytm with merely 454 million transactions, which was 1/3 of PhonePe. And since then, PhonePe has managed to stay at the top position. So let's find out how exactly PhonePe is winning the game and what lessons you and I can learn for our startup. PhonePe saw the big picture in advance. PhonePe's founder, Sameer Nigam, knew that all apps in this category like Paytm, Google Pay, MobiKwik offer similar services like recharge, bill payment, shopping. And so, in order to hook user on their app and make him try all these things, UPI will be a great tool to get new users. And you will be amazed to know that UPI was launched in April 2016 by the government of India. And PhonePe was the first non-government company which launched the UPI within 4 months in August 2016. Whereas it was only a year later that Google Pay and Paytm entered the UPI space. So it was clear that the player who will win the UPI space will win in the other segments also. PhonePe did get an early start because of this, but both Paytm and Google Pay started capturing the market until the pandemic hit. PhonePe leveraged the COVID-19 very strategically, which Paytm and other startups were not able to do. When COVID hit, many categories were affected badly, like hotel, food delivery, cab booking, because the need and priorities of a customer shifted to essential services like phone recharge, bill payments, grocery buying, health insurance, and medical purchases. And this is exactly where PhonePe took the leap. But the question arises, how? So, for a large part of 2019 and 2020, only e-commerce companies like Flipkart, Amazon, Grofers, Pharmacy were operating in the essential product categories. And during the pandemic, the traffic and delivery load on all these websites increased heavily. And so there was a huge load on the entire supply chain. But PhonePe shifted its focus to enable purchase of groceries and medicines with a very unique and clever approach. PhonePe figured out that the load was on the e-commerce industry, but not on the kirana wala and chemist who is living in your locality. So it customized its homepage for users to easily discover nearby medical shops, kirana stores, and hospitals to find out about their business hours and speak to them directly online. And this feature is called as PhonePe Store. Now you may feel such details can be found via Google Maps, but there are 3 major problems with Google Maps that PhonePe figured out and fixed. Number 1, contact number present there could be incorrect. Number 2, even if the shop owner wants to update the information, the process is time-taking and complex. Number 3, there are chances that your nearby stores are not on Google Maps yet. So the PhonePe team fixed these problems by manually verifying such information and created an almost 100% genuine database, which is very easy to use. Thus, it made lakhs of users try this feature in the hour of need. The second thing PhonePe did was to roll out the coronavirus insurance and other health-related insurance product. I myself bought this for my entire family. And because of these 2 things, PhonePe saw an increase of 50% new users. The third strategy PhonePe is using to grow is it understands that the cost of acquiring an existing customer from Paytm, Google Pay or any such app to PhonePe will be high compared to acquiring a new customer. And thus PhonePe is focusing more on tier 2 and tier 3 cities. People from such cities want a very simple user experience. And this is exactly what PhonePe delivers. It is very easy to understand and not like Paytm or Google Pay. In Paytm, if you make payments, you will get rewards like coupons. Now that entire mechanism is very complex to understand. Out of the total user base PhonePe has, around 80% is from these tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Now the fourth strategy PhonePe uses comes from WeChat. In 2017, Sameer with his team flew to China and they observed that the majority of shops have QR codes. With this QR code, you can do the payment, see the menu, do a booking. And all of this was done under one app, WeChat. And that's when the PhonePe Switch feature was born. With the PhonePe Switch, they are converting their app to a super app. But what's the need? So PhonePe understands that the next billion users from tier 2 and tier 3 have not been yet exposed to apps like Swiggy, Ola, Uber, Lenskart, etc. But someday they will be. Now to get these users, all these companies, Swiggy, Zomato, etc. will have to burn money on marketing and user acquisition. But PhonePe Switch can help them solve this problem. As it already has their target audience, it can make users try all these apps without even downloading them. And since a user can do everything from a single app, it built thickness on PhonePe, making a user come to your app every now and then, thus creating a win-win game for both the parties. Paytm has also started this feature, but PhonePe has 300 plus different app partners. So the next big question arises, what business lessons can we learn from these strategies? Well, there are two key lessons that we can learn. Number one, convert tragedies into opportunities. Imagine you were selling samosa and kachori, and because of COVID, your business was temporarily closed. Now, if you would have started selling masks and sanitizers home to home by taking orders on WhatsApp, you would have certainly reached a few new people in your neighborhood who have never tasted your samosa and kachori before. But doing this, you have utilized the time to do marketing and creating goodwill. Now, once things resume, these new audience will definitely give you a try. Secondly, like PhonePe did, think of such win-win collaboration where you can add value to a business or startup and vice versa. Well, that's all from my side. If you learned anything valuable, do press the like button. And for more such startup related case studies, do subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.